Hello guys and welcome back to another episode of our EAFC 25 RTG career mode here with Stoke City. We are returning today off the back of a pretty productive episode last time out as we played through until around mid-November. I'm going to try today to get through to the end of December and then we'll come back in the next episode with the January transfer window. But we're off the back of a good run of form, beating Millwall, Blackburn and Derby all by a 0-0 at the end of the previous episode. We did see two players go down with injury, so we're going to be without Berger for 3 months and Phillips for 1 month, which is a bit of a shame. But Gibson just coming back to fitness, so we are losing one centre back and getting one back. But anyway, jumping into our first game away at Loftus Road to take on struggling Queen's Park Rangers, looking to pick up another 3 points. Come on the Potters. With those two injuries at the end of the previous episode, we are looking a little bit light. Oh, Bay's got lucky there. Bay slips it through to Moran, who misses. Big chance for the Irishman, and he couldn't take it. Go on, Million, get up some. Yeah, free header, does well. Now Moran picks out Bay, drops the shoulder into Hosselu. Overpowered drag back. Hosselu, oh my goodness, what a save. The Spaniard denied as we still hunt that opening goal. Corner swung in, Bocat coming in. It'll drop for Bay, whose touch lets him down. But there's Rose recycling the ball. Great opportunity. Hosselu this time, he's hit it straight at the keeper again. Should be leading in this game. 3 glorious opportunities and we've not taken any of them. Dembele in a nice little pocket of space. Rose does well. Unfortunately, he's handed in that transfer request because I'm a fan of Rose when he is in the team. He plays well. Here's Hosselu. Third time lucky maybe for the Spaniard. It's wide again. Well, there is the whistle here at Loftus Road. Difficult game in the conditions, as I mentioned, but we had the chances to win it and we didn't take them. Another clean sheet for Johansson, but it was the forward men who couldn't find their shooting boots today. Hosselu had 2 or 3 real chances and couldn't find the net, and his 2 points dropped in midweek away in London. Well, just got to pick ourselves up and go again as we welcome Preston to the Britannia Stadium. We're still in second, but we've got Leeds, the Blades, Hull City and the Borough right on our tail. So need to get back to winning ways here. Come on the Potters. Kumas, the loanee, given the start today, coming infield, finding Pearson in for the injured Berger. Now Manhoff spins away from 2, still Million, great feet. Junior swings that ball in, headed away. It's up in the air. If Baker knocked that on, Million's in. Million, Manhoff, what a goal! What a goal from Stoke City. It was a bit scrappy at times, but once Bay flicked it on to Million, he took it in his stride and finished it brilliantly at the near post. That's a great Stoke City goal. Oh, Pearson's bottled that. Pearson's completely bottled that. Oh, what a save, Johansson. That is a huge tackle, and we are missing Berger in that midfield. Pearson nowhere near the quality, and it's another huge save as we will clear, and that might turn into a wicked ball. Oh my goodness. That might be the best assist of FC25 as long as I can finish it, which Million does. What a crazy sequence of events. What a clearance that was. I'm sure he'll say he meant it. Right onto the foot of Manhoff, who goes all the way from the halfway line. From one end to the other, could have been 1-1, and instead it's 2-0. That should be the points in the bag. And Stoke City picking up another 3 points and returning to winning ways. Right then, huge game up next to Scott Parker's league leaders Burnley coming to the Britannia to take us on in a first v second clash. We're currently 2 points behind them, with Leeds just a single point behind us. This is a huge game even so early on in the season. Some good news is Ashley Phillips is returning from his injury. He won't quite be fit enough to make it from the start today, but will be on the bench. Looking for a huge 3 points here against the league leaders. Come on the Potters. Cullen forward to Fleming. Danger here. Benson lets fly. And that is not too far away from the Burnley wide man. Great effort, flashing just wide of Isaksen's post. Bay forward to Lowe, given the nod today, Lowe. Keeping faith with the youngsters. And Baker might fancy a crack. Lewis Baker tipped over the top by Trafford. Second half, guys, has been really, really poor. No chances for either side. Maybe we can create one here. Baker gives it away. Maybe we're going to lose it late on. Benson gets away from Gibson. Benson going on. Flashed it wide. And that is going to do it. A disappointing 0-0 between the top two in the Championship. And this so often happens in the big games, but the sides couldn't be separated and will have to settle for a point each. Well, another game we'll just have to move swiftly on from, and we'll move on to our next bunch of scouting updates. Let's see if we've got anyone making the academy this month. And from England, I am going to give one scholarship out. 15-year-old Nicholas Groves heading into the academy, and we'll keep the scouting on these two lads. As for Bosnia, well, we discussed it last episode. We've got so many great young Bosnian goalkeepers. I think the two best to keep an eye on are Bilal Juic and Kerim Stipkovic. But I'm just going to keep the scouting on all of these guys until we get a better idea of their potential. And from Austria, I'm going to give out one scholarship to Timo Hutter. We've been keeping an eye on him for a while. And as for the rest of these guys, we will keep an eye on them moving into the next couple of months. But anyway, Academy looking pretty decent. Let's jump into our next game, taking on Sunderland away at the Stadium of Light. A great team for a Championship RTG, and one that I was considering before opting for Stoke City. They're looking to get themselves back into the race for playoff football, so need a win as much as we do, as we've dropped to third. Big game again. Come on, the Potters. Oh, that's a terrible pass by Junior and Wilson. Isidore has somehow missed. Well, it's been a terrible first half, and it's sort of summed up the episode so far. Really inconsistent, and we can't get into our groove. But Wilson Isidore with an absolute glaring miss to end off the first half. But with that miss from Wilson Isidore, we're lucky not to be trailing at the break. And here goes Hosselu, given the nod today. Hosselu, that's a really important piece of defending as the Spaniard looked to race away. Bay's going to swing the corner in. Baker heads on. It might drop for Gibson, who looked to bring it down on his thigh. And Patterson did well to close him down, but that's a strange header back. And now Bay round the corner to Hosselu, and the Spaniard this time again saved by Patterson, and the game springing into life in the opening 10 minutes of the half, but still we remain deadlocked at 0-0. Well, unfortunately, guys, that's as good as it's going to get. Third 0-0 draw of the episode. I'm sorry, guys, I'm trying my best to score, but just really struggling and going through a little spell at the moment where I can't put the ball in the net. Both sides had really one good chance, but both keepers keeping a clean sheet today, as again it ends 0-0 at the Stadium of Light. Well, still just about keeping pace with Leeds and Burnley at the top, but I'm worried those two are going to pull away if we can't start turning some of these draws into victories. Another tough game here as we travel to Kenilworth Road to take on Luton Town, who sit one place outside the playoffs as they look for an instant return to the Premier League. Another huge game at the top of the Championship. Come on, the Potters. Baptiste, and there's Adebayo. Oh, what a brilliant ball, and Baptiste in behind. Baptiste denied by Isaksen, should have scored. And now Baptiste again through the gap to Victor Moses. Steps infield and finds Bowler, and it's another big save by Isaksen. Moses goes short. We've been caught napping. Played inside to Mengi. Lots of pressure on our goal here, and for the third time, Johansson bails us out. Now here's Bocat into Moran, looking for our first chance of the game. Bay gets away from his man and can run at Hashioka. Space for Bocat out wide. And the Frenchman swings the ball in. Million Manhoff off the post. What a goal that would have been. Would have been the goal of the save. Denied by the upright in what has been a cracking half an hour here, making up for those 0-0 draws we've had. And somehow, we're still deadlocked at 0-0 here, but I'm sure there is a goal coming. Baptiste just driving through the heart of our midfield. Nakamba fires it out to Victor Moses. Junior gets a foot on it, but still alive. Adebayo through the gap to Shandon Baptiste, and this time Luton do take the lead. Brilliant assist by Elijah Adebayo and Shandon Baptiste. Well, we had a chance in the first half that he didn't take, but he makes up for it with the opening goal here. And that's going to do it as well, guys. Only so many times you can be bailed out by your goalkeeper before the luck runs out. And we didn't really create anything, and our goal-scoring woes continue. It's been, what, 3-4 games since we last netted in the Championship. And yes, we've had some tough fixtures, but we're allowing Leeds and Burnley to start pulling away. Just our third loss of the season in the league, and a big, big win for Luton Town. Well, need to sort this form out, as that is just one win in our last 5 league games. Approaching the halfway stage, Leeds and Burnley still sat in those top 2 automatic promotion spots, as we 3 points behind Leeds United. Taking on struggling Cardiff City here, down in the relegation zone. They need the points as much as us, but we have to get back to winning ways here. Come on, the Potters. Cardiff have done pretty well in these opening 28, 29 minutes here. Kept the ball well and stopped us from really building anything. And back at home today after 2 really tricky away days, as Moran goes down there and stays down. And the referee's blown up as well. Moran is done. Oh man, it is going from bad to worse for Stoke City at the moment. Naughty tackle on the low knee. And he goes down and stays down. Well, the first half just sort of sums up how it's been going for Stoke City lately. Unable to score against the team sat in 22nd place in the Championship. And an injury for our loanee Moran. And, oh my God, I'm just really struggling at the moment. Can't find any sort of rhythm going forward, guys. I'm struggling. I'm having to properly grind it out against 22nd in the league. This is so poor. And that's going to do it, guys. I'm so sorry. It's another 0-0 draw in today's episode. I can defend fine. I'm keeping teams out. I just cannot break them down at the moment. We are really, really going through it. The home crowd not happy. But it was an overachieving start to the campaign. But we're just letting Leeds and Burnley pull away from us, and we might not catch them up again. Really struggling in front of goal and just creating chances. Another 0-0 draw in the Championship for the Potters. Well, after the game, we see the news that Michael Rose will join Chris Wilder's Sheffield United once the January transfer window opens in around 2 weeks' time. Moran has also broken his elbow, so we'll be without the attacking midfielder for 2 months. Everything going wrong at Stoke City all at once. We need to get back to winning ways in the league. It's still in 3rd place, but Hull City, Luton and Borough closing the gap, and Burnley and Leeds starting to pull away. Taking on the Owls, Sheffield Wednesday away from home. We must get back to winning ways here. Come on, the Potters. They're just really, really struggling in front of goal at the moment. I'll go on. Vidigal in from the off today, straight at Beadle. Great young goalkeeper, one that I've taken a look at during the course of this save after being recommended him in the comments section. Oh, Baker beaten too easily. And Windass slides it through to Ugbo. Ugbo, oh no, it's off the woodwork. Oh my goodness, guys, what is going on at the moment? Honestly, guys, it is laughable what's happened to us in recent weeks, but I guess that's what happens when you play unsustainable football. As Hosselu cuts inside and does finish. Can't just be winning every game by a goal to nil. Your luck will run out eventually. Can't even pick up the ball. But Hosselu back on the score sheet for Stoke as finally we find the net. It's the first time in like 5 or 6 games, I think. The win at home to Preston was the last time we scored a goal. Pearson forward to Vidigal. Now Hosselu. I see Bay. I found Bay. Bay races through and scores. And we've turned it around. 2 goals in quick succession. And Bay back on the score sheet. I believe for the first time since he scored the brace against Bristol City. We needed that. Josh Windass driving on. Somebody close him down. Gibson can't get there. Ugbu pulls one back. And we've seen this story before. Stoke City are so fragile at the moment. I thought after getting those 2 goals, the pressure might be lifted slightly, but that goal from Ugbu has just completely changed the game as Hosselu denied by Beadle. Kasama down the left-hand side. Phillips comes across and does just about get there. Million. There's space for us to kill this game off if we're smart with it. Ball into Tezgel. And I see Baker. And he lays it off for Vidigal. Surely for 3. Game. 10 to play. Stoke regain their 2-goal advantage. Andre Vidigal brought into the lineup today for the injured Moran. And he gets the all-important goal. Man, we are really having to grind this out at the moment. And this is why I love career mode this year. As annoying as it can be, and maybe form is a touch overpowered or more than it should be, when you're going through it, you seriously have to grind it out. Tricky run for Stoke. Hopefully we've broken out of it with this big win. Well, before our next game, some more bad news as we receive another transfer request, this time from Ben Wilmot. We've already seen Michael Rose hand in a transfer request and he will be leaving to the Blades on the 1st of January. Now Wilmot wanting to leave as well leaves us a little bit short at the back, especially with the number of games that we have during the season. But the huge one up next will take us to the official halfway stage as we take on Leeds United at home at the Britannia. They currently sit top, 2 points clear of Burnley and 5 points clear of ourselves. If we want to keep pace, we have to make sure we at the very least, get a point. And we cannot afford to taste defeat here. Going to have to keep the top goal scorer in the league, Joel Perreault, quiet if we are to get anything from this. Huge game again. Come on, the Potters. Yeah, probably the worst time for us to be facing top of the league after the run of form that we've been on. But I suppose, oh no, not Low going down now. It just gets worse and worse for Stoke City. Oh man, well I suppose we got the win in the previous game, so at least we've sort of broken the poor run of form. But taking on Leeds here, I can't see anything but a Leeds victory. And here goes Perreault, Manor Solomon, 1-0 Leeds. What a terrible start. James through the gap. Leeds toying with us. Aronson for 2. Game. Game. We're not coming back from this. And I don't just mean we might not come back from this in this game. I mean this season, man. We might not recover from this run of form. Oh, they just want it more than us. They just want it more than us. Perreault lays it off for Aronson. What a brilliant move. And it's going to be a penalty on the slide. It's a great move from Leeds United, don't get me wrong. I mean, I think the penalty's a bit harsh. I'm clearly sliding across to try and block the shot. It's a bit late, but he could have jumped over it. And Perreault, oh my God. Well, that just sums everything up at the moment, doesn't it? Keeper goes the right way, goes under him. Leeds have 3. This could turn into a cricket score. Perreault on the move. Joel Perreault through the gap. Oh my God. Well, I was hoping we might stem the flow in the second half and that Leeds might take their foot off the gas. Doesn't look like it. A howler by Isaacson, who's been so solid since those opening few weeks of the season when I was thinking about putting the kid in. He has been so solid, but that is a howler. No. What the fuck? This is embarrassing. This is sackable. Brendan Aronson makes it 5. Boo. Boo. Boo's ringing around the Britannia. What is going on at Stoke City? I expected a tough game. I expected us even to lose this, but not in this fashion. This is just not good. Oh, I've done it again. This is just not good enough, man. And the ball through to Perreault. Thankfully, Isaacson's going to get there. This is shocking, man. No. Oh my God. It's 6. Stoke holding 6 at home to the league leaders. And Leeds United running rampant. And we have really gone through it all in today's episode. Injuries, tough form, and our biggest loss of the save, and potentially my biggest loss of FC25. Leeds United have torn me apart, and that is going to do it for today's video as well, guys. I don't normally like to end on a loss, but I think this has just taught us a very valuable lesson. We are not at the level of Leeds United and Burnley at this moment in time. The gap extended at the top of the table at the halfway stage, and at this rate we'll be lucky to even make the playoffs. I'll catch you in the next episode where we'll be back as we head into the January transfer window, and we may look to bring in some reinforcements to help us push for a playoff spot. I can't believe that loss. I'll catch you for the next one very soon, guys. Take care and peace.